Okay, so I want to hear some New Year's resolutions. Tell me some of your New Year's resolutions. I know some people saying they're going to go into the new year 10 pounds lighter, or they might have a new weight goal, or you might have a new diet that you want to try out, or I don't know what have you. You might want to get more involved with technology. You might want to be more educated on politics, what have you. But however, the one that you don't tell nobody about, the one that you're always thinking about, the thought, the feeling that's always in the back of your head that you want to pursue, I ask of you to pursue that. As long as you're not harming nobody or doing anything and it's in your best interest to move you forward and whatever goal you want to achieve in this life, I say go full-fledged forward in it. This is my last video of 2025. I kind of feel like this is a shedding of myself. I feel like maybe every 6 months we have a transformation, but it doesn't necessarily take 6 months to have a transformation. But this is my last video of 2025, which is crazy saying. Like, showing up every Tuesday continuously has just really taught me discipline, you know? And most recently, over the last 6 months, like creating this Apollo era for myself really laser focused me. And if you're new here, my name is Shamar Miles. I'm a 25-year-old from Atlanta, Georgia, who basically want to help black men who are unrepresented. That could be the nerds, that can be the queer people, DL, what have you, the ones that feel like they're not seen, that go underrepresented, you know? Those all adjectives are the same word. But seriously, just the ones who need more courage to step out and be the man that, there are. Sometimes men can have such a challenge to be so performative, to be so masculine, or be something that they're not, just the lack for better words. Sometimes you have those men, people want men to be so performative. They want them to go out there and cut the grass. They want them to be mechanics. They want them to be house fixers and all these kind of things. To the fact that I've seen like masculinity has been leaving, I guess, the black community, and people have been talking about it for a long time. But that's not why we're here. My point is, I represent the brothers who are trying to get it out here the clean way. You get what I'm saying? That ain't forcing their masculinity on nobody. They're a good man. They go to work. They take care of their bills or kids if they have any. And they maintain their household and live their life righteously, whatever that may look like for you. Creating an Apollo era meant so many things to me. It was more about than just yellow and gold and having all the luxuries in life and, all that stuff about setting your life up to become who you want to be. It was more about self-discipline, my values, showing up when it was uncomfortable. It was more about aligning myself with the future version of myself that the universe already has mapped out, Because I feel like we all have versions of ourselves that's out there. We just have to align them. So if I was to do like a demonstration, it's so many universes, parallels, of versions of ourselves, if you choose to believe that. And I believe that it's a version of myself out there that I know exists. And all I have to do is align myself and my values for that reality to come true. Because it already exists within the time frame. So this year I did a lot of talking, as you probably can know or tell. And I didn't just talk. I put actions behind my words. I told people, get a mentor. So I invested in myself, got a mentor of something that I can afford. I did a T.S. Madison income creator code. That was something that I felt like was a wonderful investment to myself. This is somebody that I look up to wholeheartedly, and everything that they stand for. Far as in LGBTQIA activism, rights, and far as in entertainment, because T.S. Madison is such a businesswoman, and she's not the only one that I look up to. Before we move on and talk about other role models, I want to just say that the T.S. Madison Income Creator Code helped me. It taught me how to identify systems and build habits, and most importantly, build connections and have partnerships to grow your business, because you can't do this alone. I also study voices like Myron Golden, Iyanla Vanzant, RuPaul, Viola Davis, Denzel Washington, Maya Angelou, and a plethora of more people. And it wasn't just to copy them, their speech, their patterns, the way that they orchestrate their videos, but to understand how money, belief, systems, and identity connect. And Chris Do. Now, I learned this saying from a person named Dr. Oliver. He used to always say, stay flexible so you don't get bent out of shape. Listen, I used to go live. If you remember when I first started this page, Shamar Miles the Coach, I used to go live every Tuesday habitually. But then Instagram changed their rules to where you have to have 1,000 followers in order to go live. And that devastated me. That changed the whole way that I made content. But that didn't stop me. So I want to let you know out here, sometimes in life, when obstacles get in your way, sometimes you just have to adjust. Don't stop what God or the universe or whoever you believe in put in you. Your message that was put in you, it deserves to be shared. I could have stopped there, but no, baby. I said I'm gonna figure out another way to put these videos up here because my message need to be heard. My life, my experiences. I'm pretty sure there's someone out there in this world where I can build community and I can relate to someone who's like me. So I kept posting, and all that consistency, it led to like success over my channels, over on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the platforms. I still haven't mastered Patreon yet, but I'm trying. I'm trying to even get on Lemon 8, whatever that is. I still refuse to get on Threads, and that's part of a lot of people issues and myself too, where technology, like the progressiveness of technology is so hard sometimes to grasp that we reject it. Like, oh girl, they're doing too much now. Like, imagine the top creators. Imagine when TikTok was being disabled. Like, all those creators, they went over to what? What was the name of that app? And when Twitter went down, they went to Blue Sky. Or when they weren't supporting Elon Musk, they went to Blue Sky. They went to that Chinese or Japanese, I'm sorry, one of those apps over there when TikTok wasn't, acting right. My point is we can't be afraid of change. We have to be able to be adjustable. Just because one obstacle try to stop your bag, don't be afraid to be flexible so you don't get bent out of shape. And what that led to me is just to talk a couple numbers. And, I'm not as huge as I want to be yet, but I think this is a feat that I could talk about. I have almost 5,000 followers on my reaction channel. I have 18 followers on my Shamar Miles the Coach YouTube channel. I have almost 80 followers over on my anime channel. And I've done this in, about 6 months? Because that's when I started taking my Apollo era seriously. Taking the growth seriously. Not really focusing on numbers because, let me tell you something. Quiet as it's kept, TikTok and all these platforms, they be taking my numbers. But that's a whole nother conversation. The point is that the system is there. The consistency is there. You just have to put the trust in the universe and expect for a return. Listen, content creators are the new educators, the new entertainers, the new news spokesman, spokeswoman, the new salespeople according to TikTok. Okay, TikTok Shop. Listen, content creators are what's funding the industry. Or industries, okay? And I just want to say, if you don't have a brand now or a grip on technology, then you kind of find it behind the curve. But it's never too late to bring yourself up to speed. Out of all this Apollo era and all these things, the best thing that I've taken away from all of this is self-discovery. No matter how many books, self-help books or fiction books or podcasts and all the things of the such or AI help that I've done, the most work that I really have saw return on was myself. The biggest thing that I've grasped out of all of this, the biggest investment was in me the whole time. And in the process of searching for myself, I tried to blame this person, blame that person, fault this person. And granted, if somebody done something to you in your life, then yes, you can talk about it and put it on Front Street and all those kind of things. But what I don't want you to do, which I struggle with, is to fall into that and keep the cycle of limerence, like not being able to let that go. If that person comes back to you and apologize for whatever they're done after you brought it to their attention or not, and I feel like that's part of the Taurus, why a lot of people be mad at Taurus, because we can do a silent cutoff and not care. We ain't finna notify you about nothing that you did. You just fucked up and it ain't even no saving a relationship. So I implore you to make your own decisions in your life and choose yourself. Out of most of these 6 months coming to an end, I just decided to choose myself, decided to see what I like to eat, how I like to go out and view things, where places I want to take trips to, creating a vision board, multiple vision boards, okay? Just talking to God, the universe every day, manifesting my experiences and putting the work in, staying consistent, making my promises, shooting for my brand deals, etc. So I just want to close this out with, all the New Year's resolutions that you have. Pick the one that you're not telling nobody about, the one that's been fuming in your head, and stick with it and put it first. Put your faith, your dream, and your health first. And go into 2026 with your head held high, because you are a big star. If you like this content, make sure to like, follow, and share. See you next year.